Ever pondered on the question, what would happen if the world stopped using the US dollar? An unthinkable scenario perhaps, but already happening. A shift is taking place in the global economy. This intensifying process, called de-dollarization, is transforming the way nations trade. No longer is the US dollar the only significant currency. The dominance of the US dollar is being challenged, a development that's reshaping our economic landscape. Intriguingly, this shift is being spearheaded by an alliance of 5 major emerging economies known as BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They're working together to strengthen their economic engagement, boost their geopolitical influence, and advocate for sustainable development. Their collaborative efforts also extend to restructuring international governance systems. Significantly, their focal point is to lessen their dependency on the American dollar. At this time, China and Russia have essentially discarded the US dollar in their bilateral trade. The trade transactions between these two powerhouses, which amount to over 90%, are now taking place in either Russia's national currency, ruble, or China's yuan. This shift signifies an almost total de-dollarization in their economic relations, indicating a significant departure from the previously dominant global currency. This shift, however, is not without its implications and consequences, both strategic and economic. The Western sanctions, imposed in response to the geopolitical tensions and disagreements, forced Russia to rely more and more on China for its trade. This has led to an exponential increase in commercial exchanges between the two countries, reaching an unprecedented zenith of trade worth $200 billion this year. This is a record-breaking figure, highlighting the depth and intensity of their economic cooperation. On the other hand, trade relations between Russia and the United States have suffered a severe blow, nosediving to a 30-year low. This critical downturn is largely attributable to the actions taken by the US, and it's primarily the stringent financial sanctions. These economic measures were implemented in retaliation to Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, resulting in Russia being virtually cut off from the global financial system, massively disrupting its trade with the West. Trade between Russia and the United States has plummeted to a 30-year low, largely due to the US and its allies cutting off Russia from the global financial system following its invasion of Ukraine in 2022. With this trend of de-dollarization intensifying, it's not just Russia and China making adjustments. Other countries worldwide are reassessing their relationship with the US dollar. Central among these is Iran, a nation keenly observing fluctuations in global economic power dynamics. The United Arab Emirates, a hub of trade, is also following suit. The story is similar in Egypt, a country trying to navigate the turbulent waters of international finance. Argentina, struggling with economic instability, is likewise adjusting its stance. Saudi Arabia and Ethiopia, each unique in their economic context, are also part of this trend. This move away from the dollar is not isolated to these countries alone, but is indicative of a broader global trend. So what does this mean for the future of the global economy? It implies a profound change. The supremacy of the US dollar as the world's leading currency is under unprecedented attack. Countries around the globe are gravitating towards de-dollarization. This means they are diversifying their foreign reserves from the US dollar to other currencies. It's not just about economics, it's also about politics and sovereignty. As this trend intensifies, we're likely seeing the dawn of a new economic order, which could change the balance of global power. The landscape of global economics is set to transform dramatically. In conclusion, we are observing a significant and transformative shift in the global economic landscape. A phenomenon known as de-dollarization is rapidly gaining momentum, spearheaded by the influential BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South African nations. This economic realignment is primarily characterized by a systematic and strategic move away from the traditionally dominant US dollar, which has held sway over global commerce for decades. The catalysts for this change are numerous, encompassing not just but political, technological, and social factors. In an increasingly interconnected world, the ability to diversify and decentralize economic power is becoming more attainable and desirable. Countries beyond the BRICS consortium are progressively adopting this de-dollarization strategy, recognizing the potential benefits of reducing their reliance on a single currency. This evolving economic paradigm is fundamentally altering the structure of international trade and financial relations. While the full implications of this shift are still unfolding, one thing is clear: we are steering away from a unipolar world order towards a more balanced multipolar system. We are in the midst of a seminal epoch in economic history, the dimensions of which are still being charted. The future of the global economy, it seems, is poised for change.